All right, guys, take a look at this. Why do every single time I go through this leggy, and I know everybody's gonna say it's the lighting, the lighting, the lighting. Y'all, I have them over the grow lights. Maybe it's just the kind that I have. I have the gooseneck ones with the 4 attached to them, and you can kind of adjust and move whichever way you like. They have the beams, the white beam, the red, the blue, and I had them inside. These are my collards here, and these right here are my purple kale. Now this here, these 3 are my spinach. I'm not going to even worry about those. But look at this purple kale and look at these collards. Now today I'm going to up pot them and kind of place them in another container, and I will not be bringing these back inside of the house. I will be placing those in the greenhouse back there. But I just wanted to ask that question. Why every single time? But now in this container here, I'm going to plant some onions today. I am definitely bound to try to get me some onions, y'all. I'm not going to give up. I have 7, yeah, I think it's 7 in those stackable containers back there. You know, I'm just going to keep going till I get me some onions, y'all. But let me just take a look out here in the garden. I just want to see what that what my broccoli head looks like. All right, friends, I have made it out here to my broccoli. Take a look. Take a look at that. Now here is another broccoli here. And I have one here. I don't know what this one is trying to do. Or is this one here particularly different brand? And I have another back here that's trying to form. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 broccoli plants here. I had 5. The other one did not make it. But I'm going to hold off just a little while longer before I get this one here. I see a side shoot coming on that one. So today is another warm day, and it's supposed to get back cold. So I won't be in a little rush, and it also supposed to rain. So I'm not going to even try to water today. It is supposed to rain. But y'all remember, if you have been watching my videos, I had this here in with my lacinato kale, and I knew this was not a kale. It looks like it could be a cabbage. So I've moved it and placed it in this container here with the broccoli, and it's growing, and this is what it looks like, a cabbage. I separated some of my plants, my veggies from out of these grow bags here. Kind of separated those, and once I did that, they seem to be doing a whole lot better. This is a lacinato kale here. It's coming along nicely. I have some more celery over there that's coming along, and take a look at my celery over here. Very nice. Have some more beets, or either Swiss chard with that big confusion that I had before. More lacinato kale that's doing pretty nicely. And my early peas, I have one that's finally coming up. No, nothing else has germinated yet. And nothing on this end here yet. So I'm just going to stay and kind of be visible just to see if I need to get some more early peas in. Now these are a mixture of beets and possibly Swiss chard that I up potted and kind of put them out here. They're looking a little droopy, but hopefully when the cold comes in and the rain comes in, that'll perk them back up some, because we have been very warm these days. And remind you, these are cold hardy plants, so some of them are struggling right now. Now the Swiss chard can manage in the warm weather, not too warm, but if it's warm, you can kind of keep it shady. Now here's my bok choy here in the back. It's doing fabulous. Chinese cabbage here, Brussels sprout here, and 2 snowball cauliflower. Now my carrots here finally have taken off. And here is a mixture of, I'm not sure what's in here, if it's lettuce or what. But what I plan on doing is dropping some radish seeds in this container in these empty spots here, just to get some more vegetables planted that don't take long. But I just wanted to come out here right quick and just kind of see what everything is looking like, and especially that broccoli. Yeah, it's not large like I wanted, but that's fine. This is a good size here. But I should be coming out here. Give it a few more days, let the rain come in, and another day or so, it's supposed to turn back cold. The weather is supposed to get back down in the 20s. Checking on my garlic out here. Still looking good. All right, guys, we're going to head back up front so I can kind of up pot these leggy collards and kale. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead on and kind of get these leggy collards out of this container here. And by the way, how are y'all doing today? I don't even think I even greeted you today. Just so kind of puzzled about these leggy cabbages and collards. Every time. Every time. All right, nothing spectacular. Just taking them out of these container here and putting them in something that's a little deeper. All right, let me bring my camera down some so you can see what I'm doing. See what type of roots I have here. Now, some of them, the roots are coming out of the bottom here, beginning to get a good bit of root growth here. All right, let me kind of up pot this. All right. Oh, I had 2 in that one. I don't know, y'all. I might have to scoop some of this. Oops. All right. So let me get this down in here. Then I'll go back in and just add some more soil on top of it. All right, guys. think I have 2 in this one as well. Just being gentle through the whole process. Now with these being so long, as I'm placing it in the soil, I'm kind of folding it a little bit because these are extra long. Pressing down some, and I'll definitely come back in and place some more soil on top. Let me redo this one. No, y'all, I may have broken this one. But guys, there's nothing wrong with them getting leggy. You try to prevent that. It doesn't work out every time or all the time. And it can something that can be corrected. So don't feel bad or feel like you messed something up because it's pretty much normal. It just happens to me a little bit more often. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead on and finish this process, and I'll come back and we'll be ready to drop some onion seeds. All right, friends, I have finished up potting these collards and spinach and my kale. I wound up having 17 collards. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4 purple kale, 1, 2, 5 purple kale here, and I have 3 spinach because one of those did not germinate, the spinach. And there we have it, y'all. I'm gonna be placing those in my greenhouse that's right behind, well, right in front of me, but behind you there. My plan is to kind of move that, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that today because it is very, very windy. So right now I'm gonna go ahead on and plant my onions. Gonna plant this Granex hybrid and the white onion. Both of these are short day onions. I had to learn the difference between short day, long day, and intermediate day. So, and what I discovered is, I'm always hearing other gardeners saying what type of onions that they are planting. Where I mean, when I say type of, I'm referring to long day, short day, or intermediate, and that is going to be determined according to where you live at in the United States. So northerners, that when you're on top, you live in the top part of the state, you're gonna use it's preferred that you use the long day. If you're in the middle of the United States, that's intermediate, and the southern part of the United States, that's when you will use, they prefer you use the my lid over because it is very windy. They prefer you to use the short day. And those days are referring to daylight or sunlight hours. And like I have the red onion, and I think that's what's planted in those containers over there are the red onions. And that could be why I'm having a hard time. But I think just onions, period, are kind of very, very hard to grow. Some people do it easy, but some of them would go ahead on and just purchase the starts and go from there. But in most of my planning, I think the reason why I struggle a lot is because I try to start mostly everything from seed. And it's very difficult and not easy to maintain when you are starting from seeds. But you always keep trying and don't give up, just like me. So I'm gonna go ahead on and bring you along as I plant these onions here. All right, guys, if you can see here, I have one of these Dollar Tree containers, and it's just the full base. And what I've done, I placed my seed starter mix in this container. If you can see, I made myself 3 rows here, and I'm going to place my onions in those rows, and then I'm going to lightly brush the soil on top of those. And this one here is the white onion, white Creole. I ordered these from Baker Creek. And here are these seeds. They're black. I'm just going to do 2 rows of these. And as they grow, I will thin them out a little bit better, or a little more. But which that would take a good while. But it don't take a good while for them to germinate, but just getting them up the correct size before you even up pot them and get them out. That's the long part. Now the next one is the Grand Next hybrid. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And these are more of a flat, kind of flat. It's round, oval, but flat top. And these are both are the same, but you'll be able to tell the difference because these will be more white and these are more yellow. White and more of a off-white or yellow looking. And I'm just gonna do 1 row of the granite. Let me go ahead on and kind of lightly, and I'm just gonna get me a spray baller and just kind of mist the top soil a little bit. And now this row, I have this one last row. Better go ahead on and get my label going. White onion. This one is the granite. And actually these are the same color as well, black. I know by the time I get ready to up pot, probably won't be able to tell the difference. Because what's gonna happen is once they start growing, when I say growing the roots, the onion, that's when you'll be able to tell the difference. I'm gonna try to keep it separated as much as I can. Let me do another label for the white onion. All right, guys, I have completed my task for today somewhat. I may do a little bit more. It's kind of hard to kind of get out here and do a whole lot when you work full time. You have the weekend off, but that's the time when you're kind of catching up on things around the house. So you have to kind of fit gardening in between. Now these onions will be going back in the house with me. But my spinach, collards, and my kale, these will again be placed in the greenhouse. All right, guys, Jackie's Garden. I just wanted to give you a shout out. These are the purple kale that you gifted to me, baby. They did not hesitate on germinating. All of them germinated. I have one that's missing, but that was because it broke. But I just wanted to give you a shout out, baby. These purple kale did not hesitate to germinate. All right, friends. Thank you for coming along on Tracy's Rhythmic Life as I kind of do a little up potting and planting some onions for my spring and summer garden. So guys, I still have a good ways to go, and I did want to mention to you that I brought you along when I planted my three herbs, which were lavender, I can't remember the other two, but I'll place it up top. And guess what? They have begun to germinate. And I'll just show you a picture of those within a couple of days, kind of let them get up a tad bit more good size. And hey, if you are still with me, y'all go ahead on and click that like button. Go ahead on and subscribe to my channel if you have not. That'll go ahead on and get my channel boosted out. Let me know that you all are collaborating with me. So once again, go ahead on and hit that subscribe button if you have not, guys. And guess what? I will see you on my next one. Have a fantastic day.